present G.F. Newman's The Corrupted.
Blacks and Judge Melford Stevenson is what I remember most about the beginning of the so-called swinging 60s. Blacks were pouring into the country like we had no white people to do any of the jobs in the hospitals or on the buses, while the Irish were doing most of the post-war building that was going on. Not that you noticed them, not until they opened their mouths or the pubs turned out at 10:30. The blacks were taking nothing from me. And meanwhile, a lot of them were helping to give my dad, Joey Oldman, a good living. Better than he deserved. He was renting rooms to them in the houses he owned in Notting Hill and Brixton. He had as many as 30 blacks in some houses, all paying £3 and £4 a week. Most of those properties would pay for themselves in 3 to 4 years, provided the police didn't take too big a cut. Me and George Fenwick, the police inspector I dealt with for the firm within a firm, made sure of that. Joey balked at paying 2.5% we told him was required. The police pool, in fact, only got 1%, while me and George split the rest. It was a nice little earner, but our scheme wasn't to last when Joey got wind of it. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Blacks coming into the country was fine by me, but there was going to be more trouble coming. The Notting Hill race riots cleared the air for a bit, but not for long. Judge Melford Stevenson kept warning me to be careful in my dealings with the blacks and the police. I think he was more concerned about the source of his young girls disappearing than ever he was about me. But I didn't care. I was happy to use him just as he used me. Come to think of it, all my relationships seemed to be based on mutual exploitation rather than friendship. One thing was for sure. Judge Melford Stevenson wasn't going to prove to be the friend I'd hoped he'd be. But there I am, getting ahead of myself again.
Are you lonesome tonight? Do you miss me tonight?
Are you sure you won't stay and have a bit of supper with me and your dad, Brian?
Dad and I, Cath. You have to watch them sort of things now we're going up in the world.
I will get it right, Joey. I know I will.
No, I can't, Mum. Promised to see the judge at the club.
Well, you've only just got here.
No, I'll have a cup of coffee, as long as it's not that Maxwell House rubbish.
I got some ground special, hoping you'd pop round more often.
Especially Cath.
That's right, specially for Brian. We've hardly seen anything of you since you moved out. You could move back with us and save your money. There's plenty of room. We've got more rooms than we know what for. You must have more money than sense these days, Joey Oldman, buying a place this size. We could have stayed in Mum's old house.
Well, if you want to move into a rat trap in Hackney, I could put 20 blacks in here, all paying £4 a week. I might do yet if you don't stop complaining.
It's a lot to keep tidy, Joey.
You should get a bit of help, Mum. Dad can afford it.
Well, it's an idea, Cath. Get a char lady.
What? And have someone poking around here while I'm out managing them shops?
Well, maybe you're right. Not that we have anything to hide, Cath. We're all strictly above board.
Oh, I think it's our Brian what's got something to hide, keeping that flat like he does.
What do you mean? I am over 21. I need my own gaff.
You've not even invited us round for as much as a cup of tea.
I expect he's keeping some bird pugged up there.
He's got more sense.
You can visit any time. Look under the bed, in the cupboard. I expect my child lady does.
Chance to visit would be a nice thing. From what I can see, you're never there.
Well, the club keeps me pretty busy. Talking of which, I best make tracks or I'll miss the judge. Forget that coffee, Mum, I've got to go.
But you haven't had as much as a biscuit.
I'll get a wimpy, that'll do.
Oh, that's not proper food, Brian. Oh. What's going on with that judge, Joey, that you're so keen to see him? He's not going to get hurt again like when that MP Tom Dryburgh took him off to Monte Carlo and Lord knows what.
No. Brian's getting a shrewd head on his shoulders, according to my friend George Fenwick. And that detective inspector ought to know. He says Brian's smart to keep that judge in his pocket. One of him's worth 100 police copping a drop.
Well, I hope he's not going to get in any sort of trouble. I couldn't stand it if he was to go to prison again.
I wouldn't bet on that not happening, Cath, involved with your brother.
Why can't he forget that nonsense and come to work with you properly?
Well, one day, Cath. Perhaps. Meanwhile, I'm grateful for what I do get from him, dealing with those greedy policemen like he does.
Now's his chance to get free, with Jack getting involved in armed robbery.
You can't believe all you hear about your brother, Cath. Jack can't be that daft.
Why does Brian let himself be Jack's lackey?
I'm more concerned to know why he popped in here like he did. Why'd he go straight up to the bathroom?
He's not ill, Joey, is he? He looks a bit off colour.
I wonder if he's hiding something up there, thinking we're too respectable to ever have our own searched by the police. Wait here, Cath.
Joey?
There's not too many places to hide anything here. If that is what he was up to.
It depends what he was hiding, if he was.
Give me a hand up here.
No, you don't break the toilet.
Here, take that lid and pull the chain. Empty the cistern. Oh, bloody well is something here.
What is it? Did Brian put it there?
It's heavy, whatever it is.
Did he put it there?
Well, I didn't. I suppose you did, Cath. Oh, my God.
Oh, Joey. What does he want with a gun?
How would I know? Perhaps he's mining it for someone.
You don't think he's gone and done anything silly, do you?
If he had, Cath, I don't think he'd have kept the gun. He'd have thrown it in the Thames. It's what he might do with it that worries me.
He's not getting involved with robbing with my brother. You've got to talk sense to him before he's headed straight back to prison.
Well, I don't know what good me talking to him will do. I'd best ask the Fennec first thing in the morning. He has as much influence with Brian as anyone.
He's a copper, Joey. You can never trust him, no matter how friendly they seem or what they're copping. He might pinch Brian.
He knows what side his bread's buttered on, Cath. We'll take a chance on him.
Walking back to happiness, oh, yeah, yeah. Said goodbye to loneliness, oh, yeah, yeah. I never knew I'd been...
What's your pleasure tonight, Judge? Something other than a drop of brandy?
That little redhead with a lot out front looks quite promising, Brian. Do you think she's available?
She'd better be. She's here drinking our free booze. Let's give her a pull, come on. Hello, Christine. How you doing, darling? Do you want a drink?
I got one, Tar.
This is my good friend Aubrey Melford Stevenson.
Are you the one they say the judge?
Not tonight, my dear, unless I was judging a beauty contest and I'd give you first place.
He's a good dancer. He wants to take you dancing and have a bit of supper.
Oh, I'm with my friend Mandy. We're here together.
Well, possibly Brian would come with us and entertain Mandy.
Go on, Christine, be a sport. Let the judge take you dancing.
No, I want to stay with Mandy. That Russian bloke said he might come in.
Ivanov? No, he was in earlier. Had to go. Some crisis to do with Cuba. Look, I'll come too. Better just let them know I'm ducking out.
Do you have a stole of some sort, my dear?
You want another cup of coffee, Christine?
No, that's all right, Bri. How come that judge chose Mandy after all? I thought you said he was interested in me.
There's no accounting for taste, is there? I think he likes blondes best. I'll see you're not the loser.
Don't you want to try nothing, Brian? I mean, you're a really good-looking bloke and all. You can if you want, I don't mind.
That's all right. I don't fancy her.
I bet I could make you. Give me your hand.
No.
Put it down here. How's that?
Look, pack it in. I said no, OK?
Oh, suit yourself. I don't mind, I'm sure.
Oh, come on, Christine, I'm going.
What's the matter? What's got into you?
Nothing.
I say, Brian, she was a bit of all right.
What did you do to her, Judge? She was gone like a bat out of hell.
Oh, what didn't I do, dear boy? I think my biting her is what she took exception to. Only little bites.
You're a real tiger, Judge.
I've never had such a good time in all my life as I have with you. You're a real friend.
And long may it last, Judge. Long may it last. I have to get back to the club. Can I drop you anywhere?
No, I'll get a cab to my club. Set up my alibi in case my wife requires. You won't forget about helping my dear friend, Rafe Courtney.
Indelibly printed.
Thank you again, Brian.
Anytime, Judge. Always ready to help a friend.
There was a whole string of girls I got for the judge. He was like a cat with a cream. Sometimes he'd cut up rough with them, his little bites drawing blood. Most of them didn't mind very much, and were easily silenced with a few quid. One tried to cause trouble by going to the law, not knowing Judge Melford Stevenson was one of the best friends the police ever had. I think Sir Rafe Courtney must have been too. He was a senior state security bod who wanted young boys for sex. Now he was truly frightening, but more of that later. There was a change afoot in the country and great optimism in the air at the start of 1961. The youngest American president ever had been sworn in, promising greater peace and understanding in the world. We needed some of that, as there wasn't much with my Uncle Jack, who was still driving us all crazy with his erratic behaviour. Jack flipped like a metronome, thinking he was a blagger these days. Like owning spiels and clubs wasn't enough. Now he had an uneasy peace with the Krays. He'd also made a deal with his old army captain from National Service. Captain Turwitt was now in banking. Joey hadn't forgiven either of them for cutting him out of a deal he'd set up. Joey would never forgive them. He never forgave anyone who cost him money. He would bide his time, then strike. We all thought we were going up in the world with our newfound friends. The truth was, those newfound friends were going down, submitting to temptations the likes of us found so easy to give into.
When are you going to wake up, Jack? What's wrong with you? We're getting a nice living out of the clubs and those bookshops. We don't need to go off to wages vans.
We ain't, Brian. Me and a couple of the chaps are.
It's mug stuff. It's what Billy Hill did and spent half his life in the clink. Now look at him. He ended up without a tanner.
That ain't gonna happen to me, Brian. Clubs and spills are peanuts compared to what can be done in one hit.
Not by the time Ponces like that Captain Turwitt and Joey have nicked the lion's share.
What ain't gonna get the lion's share in future?
What are you gonna do? Knock the money out yourself? Put yourself more on offer?
It's a good earner, Brian. Better than working with the old Bill with their sticky fingers always looking for their whack.
At least they're on your side.
When it suits them.
But they won't be if you go sticking up them wages vans, that's for sure.
This is the new style of doing business, Brian. We're getting in on the ground floor, you see. The bent old Bill won't get nothing.
Jack! The old Bill just nutted in looking for you. That hairpin jewellery.
Here he is, the man himself.
Talk of the devil.
Your boy Pongo thought you wasn't in. You better send him off to get his eyes tested. The NHS is still more or less free duck, despite all his kind poncing on it.
What a pleasant surprise, Mr. Drury. To what do I owe the pleasure? It's not collection day.
We do appreciate your subscribing to police charities. You could be a tad more generous, seeing as business is so good.
And what business is that, Ken?
Oh, Ken now, is it? I heard business was booming. The Kray's clubs are. Can't see why yours wouldn't be.
That's no reason to pay more than we agreed, you greedy bleeder.
If you want a reason, you little iron, it's on account of my promotion to superintendent. My price goes up accordingly.
Why is that, Mr. Drury?
Simple, duck. As a superintendent, I can give you a better quality of protection. What do we get off you at present? 2 ton?
As if you don't know, to the last penny.
So let's make it 3.5.
You go and stuff yourself.
I thought that was the nasty sort of trick irons like you got up to, duck.
It's still a lot of money.
Value for money. Why don't I have a few bob out of the till for my trouble today?
There you are, Ken. School for your trouble.
Very kind, duck. And the same for my driver sat out in Brewer Street.
Here you are, Governor. I hope you're hitting the Krays in the same way.
That's right. Like to keep a competition on an even keel. Be seeing you, duck.
What do you think, Pongo?
I'm with Brian, boss. I'll bury a hammer in his head and dump him under the floorboards. Let the rats eat him.
You'd probably poison him. What'd you say about blagging now, Brian?
Nothing changes, Jack. You'll just get a different set of poncing coppers.
Why do you wanna make those eyes at me for? If they don't mean what they say. They make me glad, they make me sad. They make me want a lot of things that I never had.
Mr. Fenwick, surprise?
Your girl out in reception said it was all right to pop through. I hope I didn't startle you.
You did a bit, George.
Cooking the books, Joey, were you?
Well, I wouldn't know how. We're beyond those sort of larks, even though no one likes paying tax. I don't know why we're paying for the NHS and dole money for people idling around. There's enough jobs for no one to be drawing dole money. We need all these blacks in the country.
You should go into politics, Joey. You'd make a fine MP.
I'd make one weep. Yeah, it's time the Tories took grip.
Macmillan is no Churchill. That's the trouble.
Did you bring me bad news about that gun, George? Is that what this visit's about?
It's not all bad. Not yet, anyway. Sorry it's taken so long. I didn't want to get it checked out officially in case Brian had done something silly.
But most of the time, he's a sensible lad.
Who keeps bad company, Joey. I'm afraid that gun was used to rob a pawnbroker's in Catford. The pawnbroker was shot in the arm.
Oh, my God. Not Brian. No, it can't be.
Fortunately, Brian was in prison when the shooting occurred, so he's in the clear. That leaves the question of why he had the gun.
Well, that's what worries me, George.
I like Brian, Joey. I like dealing with him. It's felt he's pretty straightforward. You know where you stand with him. No policeman likes guns. They mean only one thing. Either you have a serious talk with him or I'm going to. If it's me, then Brian and I might have to stop being friends.
What's he going to do when he doesn't find the gun?
Let me do the talking when he comes downstairs.
I'm sure there's a perfectly proper explanation.
Not one we want to know about. What's up?
Oh, Brian! You're white as a sheet. You sickening for something?
What's up, son?
Did you move anything from the bathroom?
My bowels is about all.
Oh, Joey.
Did you?
Come to think of it, there was something blocking the cistern. A package of some sort. Well, we had to get a plumber to it.
What did he do with it? Where is it?
What's so important about a blockage in the cistern?
Where is it? Where?
What do you think we are, Brian? Mugs? I'll give it to George Fenwick.
What? Oh, Christ, what did you do that for? You shouldn't have involved him.
What sort of trouble are you in, Brian? Maybe your dad can help.
What did George say? Did he say anything?
I think you know, son. That gun was used in a robbery.
Is that what he said? But how do you know you can trust him?
Well, it's as well we pay him money every week or you'd find yourself back in a clink. What were you thinking of bringing a gun in here?
I was minding it for someone.
All you'll do is get yourself in trouble, Brian.
You're a bloody fool. And I don't appreciate your involving us like you did. I don't want any contact with the police. Certainly not now.
Well, what do you think you've got every week? Me giving a bung to George Fenwick?
That's just business.
What did he say? Is he going to give it back?
Well, you better ask him. After what he found out, I hope he's well and truly disposed of the gun.
Brian, are you in any sort of trouble?
Look, I'm sorry I involved you, Mum.
Your dad was very upset when he found it. It could have caused him all sorts of problems if the police came here poking around.
Why? What's he got here?
Well, nothing.
Is there something he's not telling me?
Of course not.
I wish he'd come to me rather than go to that copper.
He was concerned. He thought Mr. Fenwick could help.
But the thing is, Mum, you can't trust them coppers.
You put years on me. You just be careful.
I'll be all right, Mum. I'll sort George out all right. You're still on the lookout for famous actors, George?
They're only people like you and me, Brian. They drink tea like us, and nowhere better for them than Joe Lyons. It's a sort of hobby of mine. I once spotted Stanley Baker in here with Patrick McGowan. It was just after they'd made Hell Drivers together. You wouldn't see him in here now, though, not Stanley Baker. No. Not after The Criminal. There's a film for you. A real man is Stanley Baker.
What happened to my bit of property, George?
What property is that?
Don't piss around. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, the gun? Why didn't you say? I thought you were talking about a tenanted house where you were having problems. Brian, I can assure you it's well and truly gone.
What'd you do with it?
That gun had an history, one that could come back to bite you. It's gone to a very deep place where it won't be found. That brings us to the question of your plans for it.
Well, I didn't have any. It wasn't mine.
I see, you were minding it for someone. That's what they all say. The thing is, Brian, a gun changes our whole business arrangement. Do I want to do business with someone who's prepared to use a gun? I do not.
I told you it wasn't mine.
Tell that to a donkey, he'd kick you.
All right, I'm being threatened, George. I needed some sort of protection.
Trouble with the Kray starting up again?
No, it's a little firm from over the water. They want a piece of our rental interest in Brixton. I reckon their writ runs that far.
That won't do. I hear Joey's buying some more houses there.
8 of them. Weighing onto these mugs could come to dough.
You should have come to me, Brian. Let the police deal with them. That's what you're paying us for, after all.
Might cost us even more.
It's George Fenwick you're dealing with, an honest copper, not the thieving Ken Drury.
What about the pea shooter, George? Is it safe?
Of course. I promised Joey I wouldn't let you get in any bother over it. My word. Don't look now, but that's Larry Olivier just walked in. Just like you and me, Brian.
Sorry to have kept you waiting, Joey. We'll have that tea now, Janet. Do come in, my dear fellow. That was Harold Wilson on the phone. I had to take his call. He's going to be our next Prime Minister, unless I am much mistaken.
And he's someone worth knowing, Mr. Goodman.
I'd say so. Please, Arnold. I think we've moved far beyond formality now, Joey.
Arnold. He's socialist. I voted Labour, but I'm more inclined to Conservatives.
Oh, I think most of us are, by both instinct and inclination. We have to do business wherever and with whoever we can. I expect, like most, you've no particular liking for the Schwarzers. That doesn't stop you renting your properties to them.
Oh, most of them pay their rent when it's due. Never complain.
Unlike some in the Central African Federation. The Prime Minister there is refusing further black representation in the Rhodesian Legislative. Harold Wilson foresees a lot of trouble from that part of the world.
Oh, the more trouble there is out there, more blacks we get here.
I'm not sure that lot will be quite as amenable as your West Indian tenants. But you'll have the accommodation for them. The contracts have been exchanged. The 8 houses in Brixton are yours. £9,000 they've set you back.
All I see is 160 potential tenants at £4 each per week. More pressing, Arnold. Did you find somewhere to put the £40,000 I've got under my pillow? It's given me sleepless nights, I can tell you. Especially with my son behaving so irresponsibly.
I have found a home for it. A good home. This Minister of Transport, Ernest Marples, is going to build more and more roads, Joey. There's a company called Tarmac who are going to benefit from such plans. They need cash to expand.
What, don't they have a bank?
A very agreeable bank, though not one smart enough to invest in a nod from Ernest Marples. The Minister wants to see the money in place before he'll hand them more contracts. Between you and me, Joey, I think he's earning well out of this. The money needs to be in place within 2 weeks and clothed in respectability.
I thought that's what I was paying you for, Arnold.
The Bank of England would still want to know where such a large amount of money came from, even via me.
I suppose I could spread it around a bit.
That could work, but for the time constraint. If we make this investment, it needs to be done by the 20th. Your way wouldn't make it clean enough.
What can I expect from this deal?
15% per annum and shares to half the value of the investment. Are relations amicable with your banker friend, Julian Turwitt?
Well, civil to one another. I'd strain at friendship after his double-crossing me with my brother-in-law.
I would suggest you renew your friendship, Joey. We need a banker to wrap his letterhead about the deal. Turwitt seems a venal sort of fellow.
Venal and greedy, as I know from his dealings with Jack.
I could negotiate the rate for you, Joey, making sure it was competitive.
But then there'd be the question of your enhanced fees.
My dear Joey, when we're dealing with lots of cash, off the book, so to speak, everyone wants enhanced fees.
Better the greedy fellow you can trust than one you can't, Arnold.
Exactly. I'd make sure the paperwork was in place that showed the money was, notionally, from clients of the bank, not from under your mattress. Tea! Give Turwitt a tinkle and meet as soon as possible.
But he had timing, a tick, a tick, a tick, a good timing. A timing is a thing. It's true, good timing brought me to you.
I have to confess, I find something very appealing about the sleaziness of dog tracks. Same with boxing venues. You're a student of human nature, Joey. Why is that?
Are you still going to boxing with my brother-in-law, Julian?
He's a rough diamond, but Braden's knowledge of the fight game is an education.
I'd sooner be at home watching Double Your Money on the telly.
I dare say, like most of us, you'd sooner watch your money doubling.
Are you still doing business with Jack?
Will that be a concern to you, Joey?
Jack has never been reliable.
I'm not one to turn business away. Not even at the sharp rates Arnold Goodman suggested were needed. That is a lawyer I have a great deal of respect for.
Knows how to charge and all.
Well, Joey, in this day and age, we only get what we pay for. The best always costs a little more. On the other hand, if you'd have come directly to me, you'd have got the same rate without the lawyer's fee.
What blessed Arnold gives me is complete peace of mind.
Then I take it we're in business, Joey. Number 4, my dog. Curiously, he's called Lucky Dog.
Well, let's hope you only back winners, Julian.
The banker Julian Turwitt didn't back too many winners at the races, and those he had at the bank, he wasn't quick to let Joey in on. In fact, Joey got to suspect that the banker did the dirty on him again with Jack. He never got conclusive proof, but enough circumstantial evidence for him to spend a lot of time and energy not only paying him back, but with interest. Right then, the world looked on the brink of war, after armed Cuban exiles tried to overthrow Castro's government with the help of the Americans. When the Russians decided to help the Marxist government in Cuba, we all held our breath. Life went on meanwhile, and punters spent their wages at the tables in the club. We were doing all right. Not all right enough for me to get the car of my dreams, though. The newly arrived E-Type Jaguar, a sports car capable of doing 150 miles per hour. I had to have one, even though it cost just over a cool 2,000 quid. I thought better of asking Joey for the money. Jack was a likelier bet, as he was talking about plenty he had coming.
There could never be.
What do you want a sports car like that for? To pull birds, Brian? At your game now?
Have you seen it, Jack? I had a test driving one. Oh, that's a bit of a motor.
It ought to be for $2,000. It's more than 2 years' wages for most people.
Well, you ain't most people, though, are you? You're Jack Braden.
That's right. With plenty of spare cash any time now. Just waiting for the nod from my old army pal, Julian.
I don't recall how you two were friends, Jack. I thought there was aggro between you.
A lot of water under the bridge since then. Soon as he lets me know the money will be there, you can have $2,000.
Money that's safe to spend, Jack. I don't want to go into the showroom in Berkeley Square, lay down my notes and get nicked.
No chance. This is money what's been pugged away from the taxman. You've got to be a bit careful in a car like that, though, Brian. They make a lot of the old bills sick with envy. Yeah. They could give you a pull for no reason, especially if you had a shooter in the car.
Why would I do that? Shooters are for mugs.
Cath said you had one hidden in the carsy at their new house.
My mum's got a big mouth.
Yeah, she can be a bit gabby. Not like Joey. He's more closed up than Pentonville prison. He don't let no one in on nothing. 180 quid he give me for my share of your nan's house when they sold it. 180 quid. He wouldn't have a bread if I hadn't have let him have it for security for his greengrocer business. That's what got him started.
He's holding plenty now. You should have asked for your proper share.
I'm about to get it any day. Don't you worry about me. Is this where you do all your business, Julian? It don't look all that.
Let clients see you're doing too well, Jack. They start to think you're charging too much.
Which you are, of course.
I like to think my little bank gives a good service. We do exactly what we say we'll do, make money for our clients.
What about our bit of business? Are we under starter's orders?
We are. It has to be done tomorrow. Joey is bringing all his booty together. He intends to deliver it to me here on Wednesday to meet the deadline Arnold Goodman gave him.
He's a mug. He keeps it in his house overnight.
You know your brother-in-law, Jack. He doesn't trust anyone. He barely trusts me to wrap the bank's respectability about his dodgy money. Fortunately for us, he has no choice. Lawyer Goodman told him the money had to appear ultra-respectable.
Joey should be more sharing the tight Jew. He wants to gyp everyone, including his own family. Maybe this will teach him a lesson.
I somehow doubt it. I hope you have reliable people to lift this money.
Not half.
I'd hate to be double-crossed by double-crossers.
No chance. They'll tie Joey up and my sister while we're at Wembley cheering on Terry Downs as he takes on the middleweight champion.
Well, I admire your loyalty to our Cockney challenger, but I'm betting on Paul Pender retaining the title.
Well, on your form lately, I'll have a sidebar with you. What'd you say to a ton that Dan beats you, man?
I'd say getting £100 will be even easier than getting Joey's 40,000. But I suppose it's easy come, easy go for you, Jack.
This is just incredible. Young Terry Downs has put what looks like a bad cut over Pender's right eye. He's attacked hard with his powerful left hook, mostly to the body, but those blows have visibly slowed the current champion. All the while, Downs has absorbed Pender's persistent left jab for round after round, leaving his face looking like a puffy orange. There's the bell for the end of the 9th round, and I'm not sure which of them is more pleased. Oh, something going on here now. Pender's seconds are having urgent words with the referee. It's over! It's over! The reigning world champion Paul Pender from Boston has had it.
Joey, what was that?
Terry Downs is
What?
the new world middleweight champion.
I didn't hear anything.
Turn that television down.
What's this? What do you want? We ain't got anything.
We want it, you tightwad, the money. All of it.
No! What money do you think I'd have here? About £3 in my wallet is all. Now take that and go.
Don't kiss that, Fanny. The money you got pugged up.
What money?
Where is it?
You take anything from us, you'll have Jack Braden to deal with. We're his partners. He'll come after you and cut your hands off.
Sit down, and shut up, or we'll do the pair of you in.
Jack Braden's my brother.
We know that, you daft cow. Shut up and kiss the guilt.
I'll give you my life first. I swear we haven't got any.
You lying too, boy.
Joey! We ain't got nothing here.
You're a liar. We know you have.
I know your face.
You cat.
No! Cath! We ain't got any money here.
Tie him up. We're going to search the place.
You're wasting your time. Cath, you leave her, please.
Here. What's this? Here it is. Look at that. You lying Jew. Ain't got nothing here. There's only about 20 grand here, Cole. Why don't you give them my address while you're at it? They're supposed to be 40 grand. They said there'd be 40. Well, let's settle for that and go. As long as they don't try and chip us. You better not. Come on.
Cath, you all right?
Have they gone? Have they gone, Joey? What are we going to do?
Get free. Get some help as fast as we can.
You can't go to the police, Joey.
Not the police. We've got to work out who knew I had all that guilt here.
Well, no one knew unless you told them.
I didn't tell anyone. Only my lawyer, Arnold Goodman, knew I was getting the money.
Oh, you wouldn't have told anyone. What about that banker, Julian Tyrewhit? He knew you was getting it.
Well, he's pretty fit with your Jack.
Well, Jack wouldn't do the dirty on us like
Wouldn't
that,
he?
Joey.
Wouldn't he? You thought you recognised the one who lost his mark, the one called Cole?
I've seen him somewhere. Come on, let's get you up and put a flannel on that bruise.
Yeah. Well, at least they only got half the money. I couldn't have gone on if they got a lot. Come on. I've got to get some help.
Jack! He's not here. He's not back from boxing.
Got to see him. He's urgent.
Joey was robbed, Leah. It's a lot of money.
He's not here. He went to Wembley, I think.
What's wrong with you, Leah? Are you all right?
I think I was asleep. I can't remember. I took some pills.
We need Jack to get back my money. And maybe we should get you a doctor and all.
No, not a doctor. I can't.
Cath. Joey. What you doing here? What's going on, Leah?
Nothing. Honestly, I didn't say anything.
Get yourself in.
We got robbed, Jack. They robbed us. Took everything.
You got to help us. It's our life savings. One of them was called Cole.
How much did they get?
Everything. Every penny I had in the world, Jack. All I've worked for. 40 grand.
You had that much money in your house?
What, are you a mug?
Well, maybe I am, but that's what they've took.
You've got to get it back for us, Jack. You've got to.
Well, I can try, Cath. Let's go in and get Leah sorted out first, then I'll get the full SP. Hold him, Pongo. I said hold him. Where's the rest of the money, Cole? Where's the other 20 grand?
That's all it was, Jack. Twilly, I swear on my baby's eyes.
You wicked monkey. You'll have a blind baby and he'll have a dead dad.
It's the truth. There's 2 points and have nothing more.
You liar! Hold him, Pongo. I said hold him up.
I can't, Jack. He's a dead weight. I think you topped him, Jack. Definitely done for him.
Well, he had it coming. Holding out on me.
Maybe there was only 20 grand like you said.
And what do you know about it, you black bastard? Unless you was there and nicked the other 20.
Don't be daft, Jack. I was at a boxing with you and a banker. What are we going to do about him?
Wrap him up. Take him out to Manny's pig farm in Essex. Pigs don't care what they eat. Come on, give me your hand.
20,000 is better than a poke in the eye, as the man said, Jack.
What man's that, Julian?
20,000 to the penny. You decided not to pay your operatives their share?
They didn't do it right and get the whole 40.
Jack, how do I know they didn't get the whole 40 and you're not cheating me?
I could have told you they got nothing at Joey's. It's not like he can go to the police. You just have to take my word.
Unfortunately, my 10,000 share doesn't cover my gambling debts.
Well, you either got to change your luck, Julian, or change your lifestyle. Let's divvy up and swallow our losses.
Help yourself to sugar, Joey. Do you have any idea who it was who robbed you?
Some. I've got a detective with whom I'm associated looking into it. We've got a few clues. Whoever it was knew there should have been £40,000.
Well, you did so well in the circumstances. To keep hold of what you did. In your place, I'd have given it all to them.
Blood I give at the transfusion van when it comes around. What can you do without money? Can we do anything with the remaining 20?
I doubt we'll get quite the deal we'd have got for the whole lot. But £20,000 remains a very nice investment. We will still need our venal banker.
Oh, I was afraid of that. I was hoping to save that fee. No matter. I'll bide my time and pay them back eventually.
Mayfair, 5-1. I can't remember. Who is that?
Is Jack there? I need to speak with him urgently.
I don't know. Do you know what day it is?
Where is Jack, Leah?
Is that my name?
I told you not to answer that! You can't say nothing useful anyway. Get out! Who is it?
Jack, it's Julian. Is Leah any better?
She's fine, just a little tired. The doctor gave her some tablets.
It seems your bod was telling the truth about Joey's money. Your brother-in-law came in earlier with the other £20,000 to make his investment.
He always was a cunning sod. He'd sooner die than give up his money.
Such a pity, Jack. But at least we know the truth now.
Very congenial tea room, George.
Yes, I enjoy the ambience, the familiar faces.
Nice tea, too. Hot enough to drink it out of a saucer. But try to avoid such habits these days.
I don't know if we'll ever quite get the truth of what happened to your money, Joey. We think the Cole your wife identified as Cole Hicks, a one-time associate of your brother-in-law. Only now he's completely disappeared.
What about the banker? Was he involved?
I can't say, Joey. Who would ever trust a banker? In future, if you're ever moving money like that, come to us for protection. That's what we're here for.
Joey now had sufficient circumstantial evidence to hang Jack and, by association, Julian Turwitt. The police confirmed it enough for him to make his own plans. He was unforgiving, and he would plot and plan to pay people back no matter how little they stole or how long it took. Jack not getting all the money he was expecting meant I didn't get the $2,000 to buy my E-Type Jaguar. But I had other problems. It was Judge Melford Stevenson's chum in the security service, Sir Rafe Courtney, who had powerful civil servants and cabinet members protecting his dirty little games. He wanted me to get them young boys. I liked boys well enough, but not as young as they wanted. I learned that they were getting kids as young as 3 from children's homes. When I refused, well, that's when the threat started and made me want a gun. These people weren't like common or garden tearaways you could whack. They had a lot of protection from the highest level ranking police officers. When I went to see the gun dealer to get myself another shooter, I got another shock.
How quick can I get a piece done? It's really urgent.
I can get you one tomorrow, Brian. The only problem is I won't know its history.
No, this one has to be clean. Not like that other piece you got me.
Come off it, Brian. That one was clean as a whistle.
No, it was used to shoot a pawnbroker in Catford.
I don't know who told you that, son. Whoever it was is out of order. That gun was definitely clean.
That left me feeling even more uneasy. Not only did the world seem to be falling apart with tensions now rising between East and West Germany as the Berlin Wall went up, and massive ban the bomb demos disrupting London, my world was coming apart too. People I thought I could rely on like Jack and Joey and George Fenwick, I was no longer sure of. This was going to be a portent of things to come. But there I go, getting ahead of myself again.
In G.F. Newman's The Corrupted, Joey Oldman was played by Toby Jones, Cath Oldman by Denise Gough, Brian Oldman, Joe Armstrong, and Jack Braden by Luke Allen Gale. Judge Melford Stevenson was Richard Wilson, Leah and Christine Keeler, Jasmine Hyde, Ken Drury and Don James, Matthew Marsh, D.I. Fenwick, Theo Fraser-Steele, Turwitt, Jonathan Taffler, Arnold Goodman, Edward Max, and Pongo, Chinawadu, with Ross Kemp as the narrator. G.F. Newman's The Corrupted was produced and directed by Clive Brill and is a Brill production for BBC Radio 4.